I started in their international department.
I took my right-hand guy into your amazing control rooms, and we
The
were up on
black
the,
one? Yeah.
but the different layers
It's
of
different now.
the
Now it's
TV. Oh, they changed it. The screen was a huge, and we were up on the elevated platform. I think and the one guy looked up and I said to him, it's pretty amazing. I said, I think NASA would be jealous. And he said, we actually modeled this after NASA.
it
So,
was. It was.
okay.
Yeah,
But,
what's actually interesting, that room, Super Bowl Sunday,
oh, they do.
that room,
That would
and
be,
actually Saturday
I
night.
hope I could get invited to that.
Saturday night before Super Bowl Sunday, that room is a hub. Like when I started international, I used to do the customs and the handling and the permits and the flyovers. And you used to have to
Wow.
do. Oh yeah, it was a really cool job. And then I went into finance and I did contracts.
Well,
And that's how I got into insurance.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty fascinating. Well, I'll tell you this real quick because I have to break another bad habit. I talk too much.
You're fine.
Maybe I'm bipolar.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah, I agree at least a little bit. But I flew Enzo and his partner Ed in a twin-engine plane. I had to bring a flight instructor because I'm not multi-engine rated yet. I could get that in a day. It's an easy one to get. But I flew him down to Biloxi, Mississippi, where the Hurricane Katrina hit.
Yeah.
And because of the problem with the landing area, I ended up staying almost a full week to help them. So I'm on the motorhome. I wake up in the morning. I saw things I don't know.
Yeah,
I looked out the window. There's Mexicans were showering in the parking lot, completely naked. And
There's no place to shower.
and the hotel. Enzo had some connections with FEMA. We did the Biloxi Medical Center, where the big hospital, and we had to go from room to room, doing a regular picture, an infrared picture, and some of the hospital rooms said, "This is Nurse Julie's room. Please do not wake her until 12 noon." I saw these nurses waking up in their pajamas, going down the hallway to take a shower, and I said to Nurse Julie, "I'm like, I heard that you lost everything. Like you went to your house and it was just a cement slab. You lost everything but the shirt off your back." She's like, "Yeah, it happened." I go,
Here's something really interesting from Flight Options. So when I worked at Flight Options, because they do their own maintenance, they're in the hangar.
"Oh, I didn't know that."
And so the pilots would come, and because they have to do a test flight. So they would come and they'd ask people, "Hey, we need to fill up the plane. We need X amount of souls
Take you
on
for a
board
ride.
for a test flight. Do you want to go up to Canada for lunch?
Go where?
Canada, or do you want to go to Detroit?"
Oh,
Like,
yeah, you can get there pretty quick in some of those planes.
You got to do an hour flight, with
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah,
wheels
wow.
up, wheels down.
I am a flight instructor for 20 years, but I'm new to jets. I had a couple flights.
So I got to ride everything that was in their
So you got to
fleet.
go on a number
I've
of
been on King Airs. I've been on
citations. And
citations.
probably
The
Gulfstreams
Jet,
or-
the G4, Embraer Legacy. So all of those. But here's the funny thing. So we used to get to do that with test flights. But then one of the perks was a deadhead. If you were going someplace and there was a deadhead,
They could invite an employee to come along.
you could ask the pilots, and if the pilots were okay with it, you could go with the pilots.
Can I get a job
And
there?
So I think they still do it because they still have friends there. But
Wow.
So I deadheaded to like the Virgin Islands, all over the place. Now you just catch your own flight back.
I love
or
traveling.
If you're lucky, or if you know that to talk to scheduling, because that room you're talking about, that's a scheduling room.
Yeah,
So
I see that.
you talk to scheduling and you say, "Okay, well I'm taking a deadhead down there. Is there a deadhead coming back?"
So that you don't have to buy an airline ticket.
Exactly, but you run the risk. If you get bumped, and you got to find your own way home.
Sometimes on Frontier and Spirit, you can get a cheap flight.
So what would happen? So I used to do that. So then when I did Maria, the company that I was working for, I had to go to Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Maria, the company I worked for, they had a contract with FlexJets. So to go full circle, one of my favorite pilots, because you couldn't get flights into the islands after Maria. They weren't.
I remember seeing that on TV. Yeah.
And the flights that were happening were for the residents to get them out and to bring aid in. So our company used FlexJets.
Wow.
And we flew down on FlexJets. And we went down on a Gulf, but the pilots were two pilots that I had worked years with.
So you knew both of them.
And I knew the stewardess, and it was
Oh my
hysterical.
gosh.
And I'm with people with the company that I'm with from all over, because they had hubs all over the world, and there were a couple of bigwigs on there. And one of the bigwigs said to me, "How is it possible that you know our pilots and you know the stewardess, and you're so comfortable on this plane, it's not even phasing you. And I said, because I used to take one for lunch. So there's nothing like being able to say that to the
Wow.
CEO of the company. Like, you're impressed by it, but this was an everyday thing for me, and I'm just an everyday person.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that's how the super rich people fly that way all the
but
time.
that's coming full
Because us
circle.
normal people don't
But
normally
I'm not
get.
rich. I'm
Yeah,
not rich. I just
you had some
worked for
connections.
them,
Yeah.
and it was it. Rich people are the same as us. We all have opinions. We all get up to walk. We all do whatever.
Well, the guy
and
The guy who hired me as co-pilot, the chief pilot on this Eclipse jet, which is a tiny jet.
tiny, yeah.
Oh, you know the Eclipse jet? Oh, you know a lot of stuff. Most people never heard.
idiot savant.
Well, here's the thing. His name is Steve Serino. He was Mark Glassman's longtime Learjet pilot. And I know Mark. I've known him for 40 years. Done work on some of his houses. But Steve took over for his brother, who was also a flight instructor, to get, I think his name is John Gorman or something, from WMMS, the buzzer, to finish training him to be a pilot. Well, John started off, I think his name is John, started off as a salesman selling ads on WMMS, worked his way up to the top of Mulright WMMS. Under his leadership, WMMS was voted in Rolling Stone magazine the #1 rock and roll radio station in the world 10 years in a row.
Wow.
So when they opened up the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
They brought them in.
of course he had his
Right.
flight instructor, Steve, gave him front row seats, center stage, and guess who he was sitting next to? Yoko Ono, John Lennon's.
Oh, that's
And-
awesome.
And the other thing I want to tell you is when I had to help the guys in because our landing gear had a problem in Hurricane Katrina, the one thing that I will never forget is we were eating breakfast. Imagine this, I'm still talking. Do I talk too much? I just want to finish this thought. We're having breakfast at the hotel, the free breakfast. And an insurance adjuster that was sitting behind me, I turned around and I said, "Excuse me, I didn't mean to be eavesdropping, but did I hear you say that when you first got down here to Katrina, the closest hotel he said he could find, it was like something like 4.5 hours away."
I've had to
He
do
goes,
that
"Yeah."
several times.
He says, "Yeah, that's right." But I'm like, "But that's 9 hours of driving each day before you start doing your insurance adjusting." He's
And
like,
then
"Oh,
when you get into town, depending if the National Guard's there, you're only allowed to be there from 9 to 4. If you're a female, 9 to 6. If you're a male,
Wow.
and you have
Wow.
to show your first responder picture.
oh my God."
That's why I retired.
Well, the work that
I was an insurance first responder.
Well,
So I
You want
did.
to sit down?
No, I have to go to another visit. You guys are good down there. I'm gonna send you that link because I definitely know for your sofas, we can do cleaning on them. If you see that there's more damage, like right now, I'm gonna write to clean it, to do upholstery cleaning for the sofas. If you see that there's more damage, let me know. And it may be monotonous to do, this exercise.
I can help you with all
But I always
that.
tell people, your policy is here to help you. So let it help you.
Sure, I can help you with all that.
All right, so I'm gonna get going. It's been a pleasure meeting you
Nice
both.
meeting you too, Rosie.
Nice.
Have a nice day.
You guys
Thank you.
too. Thank you.
I have one final comment because I want them to hear it too, and I got to get going. At Hurricane Katrina, we got 3 separate rooms, Enzo, Ed, and myself. We got to the hotel. When we pulled in at night, cars were parked where their whole half of the car was sticking out in the street. I mean, it was pretty crazy.
It's like that for
It was
for
and
disasters.
that nurse I told you about, when she said everything's gone except the cement plant, I'm like, "But you're still here working and laughing and taking care of your patients." She says, "Where do you want me to go?"
There you go.
And
That's exactly
and
what
then
it
when
is.
we,
That was devastating.
not me and not my buddy Enzo that did he and his partner did that $13 million job, but his partner Ed, the next day over breakfast, he said he put his room key, kind of looks like this, put his room key into the hotel room, opened the door, and the first thing he saw is there's boots and shoes in the room. That's not normal. And then he took a few more steps, and the guy in the bed got, hey, what are you doing?
They rented it to somebody
So,
else.
because he saw some crackers and cheese, so he had to go down to the front desk and get a different room. We saw a lot of crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a
there.
lot of stuff like that.
I'm sorry I talked too much, but
No,
I learned a
you're
lot from you.
Oh, thank
I want to stay in touch with you. We have some mutual
companies like
She has an aviation background. Wait till I tell you what he did for a living. I'll let you tell me. The air stairs for Air Force One, even
nice.
I worked for airline.
United Airlines
Did
for
you?
30 years.
No,
Well,
he didn't
thank
fly
you.
though. He just.
So what? He did more.
But,
If
but
you
Air
didn't fly, you probably
but,
did more.
but check this out. Air Force One, when he's putting those air stairs, you're not supposed to smash into that
yeah,
plane.
yeah.
And one last thing, my flight instructor, who we just did a job for his mom, huge job in Brunswick, he is currently in Hawaii. But in the past 3 or 4 months, he's been going back and forth to Israel, Poland, Syria, because he flies for Coletta Air. You probably never heard of him?
No, I know who that is.
Oh, you know Connie Coletta, the race car driver? He flies a Boeing 747.
Nice.
And he's dropping off Patriot missile batteries, which I guess we're not supposed to talk about too much. But and he's the only guy I've flown upside down with because he's also an aerobatic instructor. And if you're flying little Cessnas and Pipers, you're not supposed to.
I was gonna
Well,
say.
if you exceed a 60-degree bank, with the exception of going for your flight instructor certification like I did, you have to have a parachute. Plus, we're also violating the fact that it's not an aerobatic plane.
Right.
Because there's normal utility
there's
and
not
aerobatic, so technically we're
You
not
guys
supposed
shouldn't
to.
have been doing
We're not
that.
supposed
Have a nice
to
day
You're
today.
still
We're
here
not
to
supposed to
tell
be doing
the story.
barrel rolls.
Thank you so much.
We're not supposed to be doing barrel rolls, but hey, if you know what you're doing, you can get away with it.
Right.
I
Thank
learned,
you.
I learned so much from you. I'm going to keep your phone number. Let us know what you think of our invoice.
I'll let you know. I'll have it next week. Take care.
Thank you, Rosalind. Have a good day. Enjoy the sunshine.
You talk about the electricity?
Oh, Rosalind, Joe has a question for you. Rosalind, Joe told me to ask you about something. Joe, he's asking, does he get reimbursed for his electricity that the blowers and
You can send me the new bill. Send me the 3 months of the old bills and send me the new bill, and I'll pay the difference. I'll do an average.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank
You're
you. So
welcome.
nice meeting you.
You
I hope to see you again.
See if they're all at the fifty.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Oh, she's asking what I tell us. I'll tell you what I told her. Close the door.
Hey, put
Close
this in your
it.
pocket.
Yeah, I'm going
in
to put
case
this in
you
my
need it.
pocket. Are you going to answer the question? She said, what did I tell you?
Yeah.
Your wife asked you a
Your
question. I said, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? She said, what did I tell you? Answer her question.
What's your question?
What's the question?
The question is, Joe reminded me something that I taught him.
About the electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says,
And I told you guys, the adjuster is not going to offer it.
Yeah.
But if you speak up the way I taught you, what did she say? She was already halfway to her car.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, Rosalind, Joe's got a question. And she came back, yeah, what's the question? Hey, and I said, Joe, I didn't tell her I'm the one that taught him that. I just said, hey, my customer Joe has a question for you. Is he going to get reimbursed for the electricity? And what did she say? She said, yeah, just send me your electric bills like for 3 months prior. And this month, I guarantee you it's going to be more because you guys are not normally running that big giant equipment. And she's going to pay the difference. How much is the difference? I don't know, $100, 200, maybe it's 500. I don't know. Whatever it is, she's going to pay you. So that's another $500 I saved you guys. Plus I saved on your deductible, 1,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I think that went pretty well.
Did you tell her about we don't want the walls tore down?
Well, that question didn't even come up, but if it does, if she's questioning, why did it take 5 days for it to dry?
yeah.
Well, at that time, I'm going to say, and I may call her since then, because we have an amazing amount of connections.
Yeah.
She worked at Flight Options at Cuyahoga County. She traveled to Puerto Rico during the hurricane on a private jet. She knew the pilots and the flight attendants because she used to work at FlexJet. It's called Flight Options now.
She was a busy worker, wasn't she?
She has a huge amount of connections to the aviation world. Huge, massive. I never would have thought that. So that's something we have in common.
Yeah, she's a pretty
Hopefully we'll, yeah, she's no dummy.
She's not what I expected. I bet it's not what you expected either. Did you expect her to be like that?
No, but as I told you from the beginning,
Yeah.
Did she look at the hot water tank?
she just took some pictures. Her app automatically scans and it measures everything automatically. as she told you, I'm just going to be here for 5 minutes. Well, you saw
Yeah.
we talked to her for 25 minutes,
Yeah,
but then she went down there and in 5 minutes,
Oh, you talked
she's
to-
done.
You talked to her just about 50 minutes.
Whether it's 25 or 65 or 35 or 45, that's not the point. We talked to her for a long time, and just as she told the two of you, I'm just going to be down there for 5 minutes, and she's on to her next. She likes it when I make that sound. She's on to her next job.
Okay.
So now you're going to get paid for your electric, but if I would have never taught you that, you never would have thought to ask for that.
No.
No.
Nobody knows that, including the adjusters. Notice she didn't say a word about that, did she? Until you brought it up. Why did he bring it up? Because I
Told you.
told him that you have to.
See
You
how
don't
much
get
we-
if you don't
You
ask.
see how much we learned.
The Bible says, "Ask and you
Yeah,
shall."
but I reminded you.
I forgot too because I was thinking about it. Like she distracted me with all this aviation talk. The Bible says, "Ask and you shall
Receive.
receive." So he asked, and now he's going to receive the extra money for the.
Okay.
I need a cup of ice.
You know what I have to tell? Oh, did he take down the refrigerator for you?
No, it was sitting right here. I brought this today.
Yeah.
I brought this today. I just need a cup of ice.
Okay, you know where the.
I know where it is. This is the
You know,
same cup I
Jim?
used last time. What's that?
I have to thank you
You're welcome.
for all you teach me and for
Well.
always talking nice to me. And all the nice things you give me all the time.
So I have to tell you something
What?
regarding you guys. Oh, thank you. Oh, I forgot we put that one in the fridge.
Yeah.
She sometimes would. She rattled off so much stuff. I'm thinking some of that probably went over your head.